And here is his lineup, Rob.
Well, there's the lineup, Hutto. If you look at the goal-to-goal line, Hodgson at full-back will probably take Buddy Franklin. Fisher at centre-half-back, all-Australian this year. McQualter did the tagging job on Mitchell last time they met. I think he'll get it again. And then you've got the two guns up forward in Riewoldt and Kosicki. Stephen King in the ruck has played some really good football. And then you've got Hayes and Del Santo at his feet. So there's a bit of quality there.
And speaking of quality, there's plenty in this Hawthorn lineup. They've shown it right through the season, just below Geelong. And, of course, with the Western Bulldogs, they've been the dominant three sides in the competition. They just lost their way just a fraction late in the year, had some injury problems. And I guess those questions still remain about some of the fitness of some of their guns. But up forward, it is a potent combination. No more so than that man, Buddy Franklin. And he's going to get a tumultuous roar as the Hawks make their way out on the MCG stage. It's what they play footy for all year, to get to this time of the year, Walsey. Makes you jealous being here and being so close to it.
I really admire the Hawthorn Football Club, Hutto. Listen to that roar. Their supporters love this team because it's a team that's grown over the last 4 seasons. Alistair Clarkson's done a mighty job coaching this team. They've developed young players. They've won a handful of games in the first year, and they've steadily got better and better and better. Played a final last year. Now they're in a preliminary final, and they are a work in progress. But if they get through tonight, they're every chance to give Geelong a real good shake.
They're not a bad work in progress, Walsey. You'd have to say that. They look good, and they will, you would expect, for a long time to come. But let's get to the immediate matters of tonight. Can they advance as we check the Hawthorn lineup? Just the one change, as we said, with Murphy out and Gillum into the lineup, and you suspect he'll have a pretty key role to play.
Hutto, have a look at all of those names in red. They're an amazing team. They're all left-footers. More left-footers in this Hawthorn team than any side in the AFL, and some of them have got lethal left foots like Guerra and Hodge and Stuart Dew. But again, Crone at centre-half-back, big job on Nick Riewoldt, and the two gun forwards. Robert Campbell in the ruck's been really good as well.
Some interesting stories, isn't there? Stuart Dew, Sam Mitchell, I was fascinated to see just how much they've relied on him. He's gone into the leadership group. They've asked him, how do you handle these few weeks as you lead up to a premiership?
Well, of course, he played in a premiership with Port Adelaide. He's been in AFL for over 10 years. He's a quality player. You can see that he's a big boy. He's had to get himself really fit after 12 months out, but he reads the play well. They'll position him across half-back and midfield, and it'll be his left foot kicks into the forward line to Roughhead and Franklin that'll cause the damage.
And Luke Hodge, well, so much has been said about Buddy and almost as much about Luke Hodge.
Yeah, well, he's just about my favourite player, this fella. He's got courage, he's got skill, he's got leadership qualities. He's just the complete package. He can play back or forward. We'll probably see him across half-back most of tonight.
And Cyril Rioli, you didn't give him the rising star, but he was mighty close.
He was, and he can mark, he can kick. He's a terrific assist player, and plenty of times this year we've seen him put the ball to the advantage of the big fellas. He's a very dangerous player, and it's a credit to him that as a teenager he's playing in a preliminary final in his first year of AFL.
Doesn't feel like the second last week in September in terms of the weather tonight. It's a cold night in Melbourne, but everything else is all about finals. It's all ahead for the Saints and the Hawks, so sit back and enjoy the night.
Saints and 22 Hawks. Every single one of them staring the other down. Each with their role to play. Each with their load to carry. But above them all, two tower. Franklin.
From the pocket, it's a freak show.
Riewoldt.
Riewoldt comes in.
The ethereal freak, the extreme definition of the modern footballer.
Oh, gee, he's so good, isn't he? That is a miracle goal. Franklin!
The Saints skipper, the genuine leader, a man for the moment.
Taken by Riewoldt. Can the skipper deliver? Number 12 puts it back for a goal.
Each is a beacon, a reason for their mates to strive.
Set sail, unbelievable. Brilliant, gets the goal.
One takes an opponent's breath away with his outrageous talent.
Franklin loads it up, drills it home, and that is as good as you'll ever see.
The other would exhaust a foe by going and going and going again.
Kicks it long down towards ball forward. Revolt!
Tonight, all eyes will dart from one to the other. Of course, neither can do it alone. But so good are they. So large do they loom that all those premiership aspirations and all those Robert Harvey fairy tales rest in their hands.
Yes, the stars are out tonight and we're standing by for the national anthem. Here is the ground announcer, Craig Willis.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Australian Football League and our premier partner Toyota welcome you to tonight's second preliminary final here at the MCG. Would you please now join with the players and the umpires and be upstanding for the Australian national anthem. Crowd of the final series so far. For the winner tonight, a place in next week's grand final against Geelong. It'll mean nothing to any of them, not even Robert Harvey, even though he was 35 days old when they last met in a final. But the Hawks and the Saints have not met in September since the 1971 final series. Now they go into battle for a place against the Cats. Michael Voss, good evening, welcome.
Oh, well, there's nothing better after the national anthem and the adrenaline rush that you get after the crowd roars. Can't wait for this game. Should be a beauty.
Nickel call. All right, mate. Good luck, mate. Cheers, mate. Nickel call. That's a tail.
So Sam Mitchell wins the toss. And the Hawks kicking to the city end of the MCG. We talked already how it's a cool night in Melbourne. Let's find a bit more about the conditions down at ground level, again with Andrew Marr and Mark Howard.
Giving to Montagna, who goes to Revolt, who kept his feet when those around him, namely Gillum, lost theirs, but Gillum recovers well. The big burly Lewis. Guerra forced to retreat. Gillum again. And good vision. Sets up Young, who's quick and long of foot. Here they are again, and Hodgson's playing it beautifully early. He's taken all the points so far. Great fighter he is. Franklin knows he's in for a struggle.
Yeah, and there's Blake in picture. He's playing it half forward on Luke Hodge, and his job is to make sure that Hodge is controlled.
A little bit of confusion there from the throw-in. Fisher has to have a couple of cracks at it. Rioli shows them how to do it, and he's 1 of 3. He is driving home on this big stage, isn't he, Rioli?
There's a bit of a blue at half forward for Hawthorn.
Just drawing the high contact. Cyril's kicked 20 goals, 19 for the year coming into tonight. Scoreless against the Saints in round 16. Graham was his opponent for much of that night. Hawks have had a few misses so far, but now they're